not respect teachers, coaches, pastors, staff, public servants, or leaders at any level. Why? Too many parents take the sides of their kids and never consider their quote-unquote precious little angel could be wrong. Or parents badmouth those in positions of authority and model this inappropriate behavior in front of their children. Yeah. It says kids are being asked to grow too soon. Parents are talking about boyfriends and girlfriends when their children aren't even potty trained. They want their 5-year-old to be the next Chipper Jones or Michael Jordan, so they push their kids to be perfect. And all the kids want to do is play with a ball. Yeah. Kids are dating too soon. There is no way any teenager under the age of 16 is emotionally ready for a dating relationship. And I think only about 1 in 1,000 girls that age 16. The largest increase in premarital sexual activity is among middle school students. That's junior high. Why? Parents think it's just innocent hand-holding, but with the advent of cable TV, the internet, and various other influences, kids are exposed to more than they can emotionally handle. Their bodies may look mature, their minds aren't. Just want to say this thing was just released in the paper, released that kids that go to church, the vast majority wait until they're 21 to enter into any intimacy. Those that don't go to church, the latest they wait is 18. They're starting at 13. See, church makes a big difference. Kids have no concept of consequences. When kids disobey, the computer stays in their room and they're allowed to keep their cell phone. If they get in trouble with the law, parents never let them taste the consequences of sin. Parents try to cover things up and look good at all costs. Children have to learn to accept the consequences for their actions, or they'll never learn from their actions. Kids lack spiritual leadership. Many parents just drop their kids off at church and then do their own thing. Others want their kids to be good Christian examples, but they aren't willing to be good, godly parents. Too many kids lack spiritual direction in the home. The church cannot resurrect what the home puts to death. A church can have a fantastic children and youth program, but if it's not being reinforced at home, it is largely in vain. Kids are not dressing appropriately. When children are allowed to dress like adults, they are more likely to think they can act like adults and imitate adult actions. Children are children, not miniature adults. Some kids are more exposed than is appropriate at any age. Kids have too much stuff. They've got the newest electronic gadgets, an unlimited cell phone package, an iPod, a computer, and a dozen other toys. Remember, I'm talking about children here. I just want to say this. When I left home, I left everything. Now when kids go, they have to take everything with them. They have to have a Nintendo, they have to have this, because their life can't consist outside of, it's just a mess. We're taking a different car, even though the whole family's going to church. Why? Because kids don't think it's cool to ride with mom and dad. Hey, when you're driving around, I was cool to drive a 64 Rambler station wagon. It was the big bomb. It says, is another car really necessary? Rarely. They think it's about freedom, but in reality, it's another time when the family could be together, but they aren't. This is measured in March. At $3 a gallon, this decision should be a no-brainer. Kids get a choice whether to participate in church programs. When I was a youth minister, I could count on every active family in the church to make sure their kids were in their classes and in their class on Wednesday night worship. Now youth pastors have to beg the regular families to get their kids to these events. Since when did doing the wrong thing the right thing become an option? Kids talk, whisper, and send text messages during the worship services. Huh? I want to ask, does anybody of you guys send a text message during the service? Once again, they face no consequences from mom or dad. No wonder they have little desire to walk with God. They aren't listening to the sermon and engaged in worship. They're just sitting in church doing what they would do if they were at the mall. Kids don't tell their parents who they are talking to. Online predators, bad influences at school, some guy trying to slip around the parents to get the girl, drugs, the increase of date rape, the says, I don't even believe in God. He's an atheist. I'm going that way. Might be some big consequences. So you might be asking why I started every observation with kids. It's simple. Our kids are a reflection of us. I know your children probably aren't going to read this article, but I figured you would in light of the fact that I'm talking about kids. My hope and prayer is that we who want to reach and impact the next generation, including our own children, will take the responsibility seriously. Based upon the tragic nature of statistics on the family, something needs to change. What we are doing isn't working. The world has an aggressive strategy, so we better get serious about our own. Our kids might not like it now, but they'll thank us one day. Just thought I'd share that with you. Oh, we better be taking care, better be watching. Amen?